Let's turn to some breaking news now out of Germany, where we're hearing reports that at least 2 people have been killed in a shooting near a synagogue in the East German city of Halle. Now, several people have apparently been injured in the incident as well. It's also being reported that a hand grenade was thrown into a Jewish cemetery. Police say the suspects have fled the scene in a vehicle and they are now on the run. Officials have advised residents to stay in their homes. And Ira Spitzer joins us now live from Berlin with more. Ira, what else are authorities saying about this attack?
Well, as you mentioned, this is an ongoing active shooter type situation. Initially, the local police had reported that there were multiple perpetrators and that they fled in a vehicle. And then a short time later, the same police reported that one person had been taken into custody. So that is basically what we know in addition to the 2 fatalities in this situation. Now, according to eyewitness reports, there was at least one person who reported seeing somebody dressed in full sort of military combat fatigues. And this would, of course, be the shooter or one of the shooters, depending on who exactly here was responsible. But the city is very much in lockdown at the moment as police try to figure out what happened and also whether there could still be a danger to the population. But we also know that this did take place in the area of a synagogue in the city of Halle, and while we don't know if there's a connection there, there certainly has been some concern about the motives for this attack.
Right, and we do have to be clear that the shooting took place near the synagogue, but still disturbing, this being, of course, Yom Kippur, which is one of the holiest days in the Jewish calendar. So that synagogue was likely busy at the time. I mean, is there a history of all of these sorts of attacks in this region in Germany?
Well, I don't think this particular synagogue, at least as far as I know, had been the target of any sort of attack. But certainly Germany, of course, has a history of of anti-Semitism, and this is something that the authorities are very concerned about generally. And you do see armed guards posted at many of these synagogues across the country. So there certainly is always concern when there does seem to be a threat of an attack at a synagogue. But again, in this case, well, we do have that unconfirmed report of possibly some sort of explosive device thrown into a Jewish cemetery nearby as well. From the information that we have at hand, it's not possible right now to say that this was an intentional attack, but that does, of course, leave us with the very much unanswered question of what was the motive here. It does seem to be a premeditated attack, at the very least, if not a targeted attack. So I think that will all start to come out over the coming minutes and hours here.
Okay, Ira, thanks so much for that. Ira Spitzer there live from Berlin.